Okay, welcome y'all. I'm Brandy Walker, Diamond Ambassador. I think I know pretty much everybody on the call tonight. And welcome to our Fear Factor series, part 3. I'm pretty excited about this series. We try to do some version of it every year, and I think it's probably the most important series that we do because y'all, fear is what holds us back from literally probably everything in our entire life, not just our business, but even in our personal life. And tonight, Angie and I, Angie is on here. I can't see her at the moment, but she is definitely on here. We, we've been doing this business I've been doing it for 6.5 years, and Angie's been doing it a little bit longer than me. And I promise you that we have probably experienced every single fear that we've covered in this whole series. But tonight we want to particularly go over the fear of success, which is actually a real thing, and the fear of others, which I'm sure that probably everybody on this call has experienced some of these since you started Plexus, or probably even before Plexus. Okay, first of all, what I want you guys to do is find the chat on here, and I want you to tell me what's the biggest lie that you tell yourself about what will happen if you succeed with Plexus. If you feel comfortable sharing that, feel free to unmute yourself, and you can tell us, or you can just put it in the chat, because I can't be the only one that has had fear of success. So if you will just take just a second and just put what's the biggest lie that you tell yourself about what will happen if you succeed. I'm trying to see if I can even see the chat with it like this. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, Jen Ford says, I will not be a good leader if she succeeds. Teresa Pesh, is that how you say it, Pesh? I hope I'm saying it right. I won't be able to keep up with all the things and the task. That's a good one too. And it won't last. Y'all, those are those are so good, because I promise you, Angel's saying she's felt all those things. Oh my goodness, I have all those things and more. If I'm being quite honest, sometimes I still have those feelings. And y'all, I'm a diamond. I've been a diamond for a year. Well, gosh, a year and a half now. And sometimes I still have those things. I actually have a business coach that I talk to about these things. And I just want you to know that just because you hit a certain goal or you hit a certain rank in your business, it doesn't mean that just magically these fears are going to go away. But the thing is you've got to find a way to push past those fears. Angie says 5 years diamond and still have these fears. So she's been, a diamond for 5 years. Dana says the same. Kelsey is saying people will think I'm just selling something and don't see my heart behind it. And y'all, that one, oh my goodness, that one like hits me right here, because I promise you that from day one, I just wanted to be genuine. And I, was always scared of, if people see me succeeding and they see me making money and they see me winning cars and they see me, going on all the trips, that I won't seem genuine anymore to them. So that is really just a lie. It's just a thought that I have in my head. And there may be somebody out there that thinks that, but really they're not paying my bills. They're not, with me when I'm working. And it really just shouldn't matter to us. We're human, so we're going to have those thoughts. But whenever we realize that those are literally just thoughts, they're not facts, then that's whenever you're going to be able to find the breakthrough in Plexus. Kelly says people don't care what I have to say. I think I just had this conversation with my coach literally last week. Y'all, that is so dumb. Like, it's not dumb, but it's what, goes through my head sometimes. Like, people don't care what I have to say. Actually, they do. I mean, they really do. And so, can y'all still hear me? This says that my internet connection is slow. Can somebody raise your hand if you can still hear me? Yes, I see Jen. Okay. And Angie says, oh yeah, thoughts are facts. They really are not facts. They're not. They're literally just thoughts that we have in our head. So anybody else want to share before I close out the chat? No? Okay.
Yeah. I was watching Plexus.
Okay, if everybody just make sure you mute yourself. I can hear somebody talking. Okay. Okay. So the fear of success. Sometimes we're scared of achieving, what we want to achieve. Why is that? Why are we scared of actually hitting that next rank? Or, before I hit Jewel, before I hit Emerald, I was so scared of being one of them because, like a lot of you said, I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to, I wasn't as good as they are, meaning other jewels. I was scared that, I just couldn't do what they do. Y'all, that's just simply not true. Every level of this business, if you look back at it, depending on what rank you are, or maybe you're silver and maybe you just hit that and now you're scared to hit senior silver because you're like, I don't know what to do next. That's really not going to change, to be honest. That every rank that you reach, or every goal that you hit, there's always this what if. Okay, what if I hit this next goal, but I couldn't possibly hit the next one because of so many reasons. Because maybe we just believe that we simply can't do it, or we're scared if we do it, then we have all these expectations that maybe somebody has these expectations of that we're supposed to know it all, or we're supposed to be a different person. Maybe whenever say you hit Emerald and all of a sudden you think that people are going to expect you to just magically know everything. I promise you that's just another thought in your head. It is not a fact. People will be very proud of you for hitting those next ranks, but just in this business, I just want to assure you that every step of the way you go, you're going to have people that are going to surround you and help you. And all you have to do is ask. Once you hit, and if you're gold, if you've hit gold on this team, as soon as you hit gold, you're added to a gold and above chat. And it's pretty exciting because you're like, wow, okay, I didn't even know this existed. Guess what? Whenever you hit the next rank, you get added to different chat. And then, so on. So you're surrounded with people that are, at the same level as you. And, then you can start talking to those people, and you can start sharing and asking questions and just supporting each other along the way. So that really is just, it's just a lie that you're telling yourself. And I keep going back to that because it really is true that it's not these things that we fear. 9 times out of 10, it's not real. It's just something that we're scared of. For me, I'm a creature of habit. I love to do the same things over and over. I like to be creative sometimes, but I like to just be in my routine. And when something throws me out of that, it scares me. So being successful means that I have to change something. And if you are going to reach any kind of goal, you definitely have to change. And y'all, that's not always a bad thing. We can still have our routines, but sometimes, that success means that you're going to make a bigger impact on more people. So you have to change a little bit as you go to make that impact on more people. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's actually a beautiful thing whenever you start realizing that, just because you push past those fears of, whatever it is, y'all, you can change other people's lives, not just your own, but you can find it in yourself. And I mean, the more that you push past your fears, the fact that you did it means that it's going to give somebody else the courage to push past their fears. And I was just talking to Angie earlier today, and I told her, I said, every time I see Julia, my sponsor, do something that I know personally that she was probably scared to do, y'all, it gives me that courage to do it myself. I'm like, okay, if she can do it, then I guess I can do it too. And I can't tell you how many times over 6.5 years that I've seen other people do things, and I see the impact that it's making on their teams or just in people's lives. And I'm like, okay, I'm terrified to do it, but really, what's the worst thing that can happen? And so if it's, if it's the fact that you're scared to do a live video, or you're scared as a leader to host your own call, you're like, well, I can't do that because my upline, isn't available, or she's not going to do it with me. I can't possibly do that myself. Actually, yes, you can. Pushing yourself to do things that are out of your comfort zone is what's going to push you to that next level. I remember, I told Angie today that I remember a series that she and a few other diamonds did probably 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, right before I hit Emerald. I was kind of stuck at Senior Ruby for a while. And it's because I was holding back and I was scared of going Emerald. Y'all, it's crazy, but I was scared of it because I didn't know what was expected of me. And I was just kind of holding back. I wasn't doing as many calls as I should have been. I wasn't putting myself out there as much as I should have been. And they talked about this fear of success. And I honestly didn't even know that that's what was holding me back. I didn't realize it was even a thing. I mean, I knew it in my head, but I was like, I never heard anybody talk about that before. So how can it be a thing? And it is. And I realized that, I mean, honestly, you hit those goals, you're going to be the same person as you are now, except maybe you're going to be a little bit more confident, and you're going to be somebody that has an impact on more people. Y'all, that is somebody sitting back waiting on you to put yourself out there, you to do the hard things first, to give them courage to be able to do it. I mean, think about that for a second. If Julia and Angie and Ellen and Roz and Andrea, if they had not put themselves out there and done those hard things first, I wouldn't be a diamond, y'all. I mean, I wouldn't be able to have the freedom in my life, financially and with my time and with my husband that I do now, because they were able to push past those fears and, do the hard things first. And it gave me the courage to do it. A lot of times we self-sabotage ourselves without even realizing it. We start, we hold back from doing those calls. We hold back from coaching people. We hold back from recruiting people because we try to make excuses, because if we don't really try, or maybe we don't even, write down our goals, or we don't tell our sponsor what our goals are because we don't want to be held accountable. I've been guilty of that. So honestly, so many times I have not even, I just didn't want to put it out there that I had this big goal, because if I didn't reach it, then nobody would really know, and it wouldn't just wouldn't be a thing. If I didn't reach it, then I didn't really have to worry about it. I promise you, you're going to reach those goals if you put them out there and have somebody accountable. So tonight, we're already halfway into the month, but I know that many of you are on our goal setting call at the very beginning of the month. You wrote down those goals. And my challenge to you tonight is to send those goals to your sponsor and to your closest Joel and say, this is what I'm going for this month. This is also what I'm going for this quarter. And y'all make it happen. Don't be afraid to be accountable to somebody else. So that's my challenge to you guys tonight. So after this call, that's the first thing I want you to do. And if you feel comfortable sharing in the chat right now what your goal is for this month and what your goal is for the quarter, I'd love to see those pop up on the screen. Okay. What will happen if I succeed? I mean, we've kind of talked about that. There'd be pressure for me to know everything. Really, I literally had this talk with my coach again this week. I'm like, I just feel so much, pressure to know it all. And she's like, really? You do? Like, who's telling you that? Are there people that are messaging you, telling you that you need to know it all? I was like, Actually, no, that's literally just a thought in my head. There's no one on my team or in my upline or anybody that expects me to know everything, even though I'm a diamond. Now, can I find the answer to just about every question that somebody asks me? Absolutely. That's why we have a back office and that's why we have team pages. So I want you to remember that no matter what your rank or what your goal is, you can always find the answer. Don't feel like you have to know the answer really to anything. You can always, as long as you know how to direct someone to find it, or you know how to call customer service, or you know how to search the back office. Even if you don't, you have a sponsor, use those three-way chats. That's literally, three-way chats, use team chats. That's the way to find out the answer to anything. You do not have to know the answer to everything ever. Excuse me, I won't know what I'm doing. Let's see, what does it say? Sorry, the little chat box is in my way. Okay. I won't know what I'm doing like all the other successful ambassadors. I remember feeling that, and we talked about that a few minutes ago. Comparison is going to be the thief of joy. And if you are comparing yourself to other people who are successful and feel like you can't do what they do, again, that's another lie you're telling yourself. You absolutely can do what they're doing. But if you find somebody, and this is what I've done really my whole time in Plexus, is those people that I was, found myself comparing to, I just take a step back and I was like, okay, they're doing something right. And it's not that I'm not good. It's just that I want to know what they're doing. And so I would always friend those people. I would always ask them questions. Hey, what are you doing? I want to learn from you. Sometimes I would ask to be added to their team page, and I would, return the favor, let them be on my team page, and just share ideas. And, don't compare yourself, learn from somebody else, join forces with them. And honestly, that has been the best advice that was ever given to me. And it's helped me through so many rank ups, challenges, just, times when I was doubting myself. It helped me to make friends, and it got me, got those creative juices flowing. When I felt stagnant, I was able to learn from somebody else. So I would love for you guys to find just one person that you can connect with that's got a team page, and ask them, hey, would you mind letting me join your team page? And even if they'll just let you join it for a short time, just to kind of get some ideas. And again, not compare yourself. And otherwise you won't have time, y'all. We all have the same 24 hours a day. And there's so many people on this call that work full time, and they're, half of our jewels on my team work full time. A lot of them, homeschool or travel a lot, whatever. Everybody's got a lot of things going on. It's just, you don't have to be on your phone 24/7, but you do have to work it, consistently. I have imposter syndrome. That's another lie that we tell ourselves. If you're scared that you'll be an imposter, just don't be an imposter. I mean, just simple as that. Just be you. Don't try to be other people. Nobody's your friend because they want you to be, nobody's my friend because they want me to be Angie Zumwalt. They want me to be Brandy Walker. And the same thing with Angie. Nobody's Angie's friend because they want her to be, Roz. I mean, we're just who we are, and that's that. And just when you're putting yourself out there, just remember that people want to be friends with you because you are you, and it's just simple as that. And the last one, you don't always have to be perfect. No, you don't. I mean, I can't. There was only one perfect person ever, and it's not us. So again, that's just another lie that we tell ourselves. I'm gonna check the chat real quick. Oh, I love these goals, y'all. Okay. Martina, this is probably because we tell yourself it will be a challenge to keep that rank and we don't want to fail. Yes. Yes. Is it a challenge? Yes, but it's a good challenge. And, sometimes you might lose your rank for a month or two. It's okay. We don't define ourselves by points. Krista, your goal is to add 5 to your team and get 1 to 2 people to silver. That's awesome. And you've put it out there now, so you're going to do it right. Kelsey, your monthly goal is to add 6. Your quarterly goal is to add 6 each month and get one of your runners to senior silver and your other runner to gold. That's awesome. I love how specific those goals are. And Angie, exactly. You make time for what's important. We all have amazing gifts and complement each other. Okay. Okay, Angie. I think this is, oh no, that's not, this is my slide. You know, we've talked about this, the fears you have are literally just thoughts and, you know, just lies. They're not actual facts. And y'all, you can really apply that to pretty much anything. These are just thoughts. And if we control our thoughts, we pretty much can control everything. What if you fail? Oh, but darling, what if you fly? I love that saying because I spent probably the first 44 years of my life terrified of almost everything. I was a complete introvert, terrified of public speaking, terrified of honestly just hanging out with other people. I mean, I was just very much into my husband, my kids, had some friends, but I was never really outgoing at all. So if you're sitting back thinking, I'm a complete introvert, I can never do this, practice makes perfect. Definitely not perfect, but the more you do anything, the easier it gets. You know, more things that are holding us back is just, I can't recruit because I don't know how to train them. I'm sure lots of us have had those thoughts. Again, we have a back office. We have tons of information on team pages, and you have a sponsor that is more than willing to help you train people. So don't ever feel like you don't know how. It's okay. None of us knew how, and we always are, you know, doing self-development, watching videos, learning, you know, how can I help my new ambassadors? So don't feel like just because you don't know how that you can't learn. You absolutely can. And it's always easier to just believe, you know, that I can't do something than to believe I can. I mean, how many times could we just say, you know, well, I mean, I'm just going to do this little thing and I'm going to try Plexus, but if it didn't work out, I can always go back to my corporate job, or I can go back to, you know, whatever it is, whatever you did before. And that way you've always got a little backup plan in your head, and it's just easier to feel that way, so you don't so you're not worried about not succeeding. Y'all, you have to get a plan and, you know, just go for it. Oh my goodness. It's, I don't know, that one's just hard because if you have to have belief. And I remember sitting at my very first convention in the nosebleed stand, because it was out in Vegas. So some of you haven't been out there before, but something hit me that night, watching all the people on stage. And I just knew from that day, I was like, this is not just something that I'm going to just start and just kind of dabble in. I am going to do it even when it's hard. I just made the decision and I haven't looked back. I mean, I've worked hard for 6.5 years. There's been times when I've, you know, maybe gotten tired and I, you know, just took a little bit of a break, but I've never stopped posting. I've never stopped working. And I just knew in my head I wasn't going to quit. I've told my team since day one, if it took me 5 years to make diamond, okay. If it took you 6 years, if it took you 10 years to make diamond, think about that. I mean, I don't know any other job that you can work 10 years and make it to the top of the company unless, I mean, there's just not many jobs out there that you can do that and have the time freedom that we have and the financial freedom. Okay, right now, if you guys have either a piece of paper or, you know, just put it in your phone, just pull up the notes in your phone. And I want you to think about the one thing out of all the fears that we've talked about over the last couple of weeks. You know, what's the one thing that's holding you back? I want you to write that down. And if you feel comfortable putting it in our chat, then I would love to see that too. Just that one thing. And, you know, maybe it's you're scared to reach out to people, or, you know, maybe it's that one thing you're like, I'm doing all the things, but I just can't do live videos. I just can't do it. Or maybe you're scared to start a team page because you don't want to be a leader. You don't really want to have the responsibility of that. But maybe if that's the one thing that could push your team, seeing you, because y'all, it's important that your team sees you as a leader. If you're always dependent on your sponsor or your Joel to do all the things, then how do you expect anybody under you to know that it's possible for them? Does that make sense? But anyway, I would love for you to put that in the chat right now. And let me see if, I see one person. Okay, Martina, she put her goal is always been to add 6 every month. And even though I haven't, sometimes I still am working on it, and she does a lot. She works very consistently. Quarterly goal, have 2 to rank to silver, 1 to senior silver, and continue your 6 goals every month. Add more retails and have those who orders retails convert to VIP. I am going to Leaders Retreat, claiming it now. I love that so much. Yes, you are, girl. You are going. Okay, anybody else on that one thing that's holding you back? If you don't feel comfortable sharing, that's okay. You can put it in the notes on your phone. You know, again, you can always talk to your sponsor or your accountability partner, and you know, what's worse, to give up on yourself or to succeed? You know, that you're going to be the only person that knows who or knows if you're giving up on yourself, or if you're just, you know, kind of holding back and not giving it 100%. You're literally the only person that's going to know that. So unless you put it out there and you let someone know your goals, which I highly recommend, you know, you just think about that. What's worse is letting yourself down. That's really a tough pill to swallow whenever you're the one that knows that you could have done more. Like I said before, comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare yourself to others. It's easier said than done. If there's someone that, you know, maybe it's a sideline or whatever, and maybe they've outranked you, or they hit a goal and you didn't hit a goal, I would just encourage you to be, you know, just be happy for that person and know that your time is coming. Y'all, when I hit Emerald, all the other girls, six girls, I can't even do it, 6 girls hit Emerald a year and a half before I did, and we were all joined at the same time. Y'all, that's a tough pill to swallow. They were all hitting rank, getting their cars, and, you know, going on trips and going to Hawaii, and I was just like, okay, you know. It was a hard pill to swallow, but what I did, like I told you guys before, is I just started talking to him, and I said, teach me, you know, I want to learn what you're doing. And I just decided to be happy for them and just know that my time was coming, and I was just going to work hard and work with them. So, you know, I hope you find an accountability partner and someone that you can bounce ideas off of, and, you know, just learn to support each other on this team as well. Okay, Angie, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
There you are.
I am here.
Woo! Okay.
Okay. So I will say that when I was kind of thinking about what to share, and kind of a fear that I have, it's very, very personal to me. And I know it has to be personal to all of you. And that is the fear of others. And it's so expanded because it's you know, disappointing others, failing others. I mean, there's so many things, judgment of others. And you know, so fear of disappointing others, we'll kind of start there. Is, you know, it's like, what if my friends and family don't like the products, or they don't have a success story, or what if they make fun of me? Y'all, when I started Plexus, my entire family made fun of me. I actually blocked my family from my Facebook post because they all made fun of me, but I had a goal and I was very driven, And I knew that these products worked because of my friend's success. But that's kind of a little rabbit trail though. But fear of disappointing others. Y'all, there will be some people that do not like our products. It is just the way it's, I have been an ambassador for 7.5 years. There will be some people that don't like our products. There will be really good friends of yours that take the products for 2 weeks and have some crazy detox and quit and badmouth their products in front of other friends. Like, these things are going to happen. It is not anything on you. You are not a failure because your friends did not have success with the products. It is just going to happen. You are not disappointing someone if they are not able, like, not everyone is going to be willing to stick to the products and make it work. Not everyone is going to be working with you, and that is okay. Plexus isn't for everyone, and y'all, that is okay. Do not let the disappointment of others hold you back. The disappointment of others with the products or with the business. You've got to focus on the positive. You've got to really hold tight to success stories. And so, for when I get discouraged because, I've been disappointed because, recently I had someone that goes to the school that literally took the products for 2 days or for a week, then in front of soccer team friends, completely bashes and badmouths Plexus and talks about all these horrible things that happen. And instead of me crawling in a hole and being like, oh my gosh, now I'm so embarrassed, nobody on the soccer team will be interested in Plexus, I have to sit back and think, you know what? That is her. Y'all, I have a brother that has lost 157 pounds because of these products. I have family and friends. I have children that have gotten off of medication. You've got to hold tight to those success stories. And I want to encourage you that when you go through a disappointment, talk to your sponsor about it. Go and read success stories. That is something that I like to do when I feel disappointment, maybe writing down positive things and kind of pushing away those negative things and filling them with positive things that have happened in your own life or with other people, and how you have been able to transform people's lives because of these products or your own life. When someone doesn't like the product or quits, it is not a reflection of you. It is no different than when, your waiter, I used to wait tables, and I would go, to the table at the end of dinner, and I would offer dessert. And when they told me, oh, I don't like any of the desserts you have, I didn't go back to the kitchen and cry and quit my job and say, I'm never going to do this again. No, I just simply went to the next table, gave them their check, went to, and you've got to think of it like that. It's like, it's not a reflection of you. It's not anything against you, anything personal. It is just simply, it's not for everyone. And y'all, that is okay. So I am going to kind of share, I've been doing this for a while, and I've had people quit. I've had so many people, when they quit, I take it very, very personal in the past, feeling like I have let them down. I have disappointed them. And so I just want to share, I've had people local that, I had a really big local team at one time, and things happen and it kind of just all fizzled apart and people quit. And I had kind of a negative Nelly at my school that was telling people, don't be friends with Angie because she's just trying to sell you Plexus. And literally, y'all, that held me back for a good 2 years from sharing with anyone local. Like I would talk about it all day long on social media. I would talk about it all day long I would reach out literally to anyone that was not local, but I had this seated fear of reaching out to anyone that was local because I had had people that quit, because I had this person that maybe there was something going on with their life, but they were basically feeding lies and telling other people like, hey, Angie only wants to be friends with you, when I know the truth, y'all. These seated lies, you know, so I just want you to know, like, if you have been through, if you're feeling like disappointed, like I have been through it before, and you have to hold tight to the facts of fact. I know that these products can change lives. I have seen it in tens of thousands of testimonies. Fact, I know that this business opportunity can change people's lives. I have so many people, and those are the things that you have to hold tight to. So I really want to encourage you, when you get to hear those naysayers, they're going to come around. When you have people that are disappointed, it's going to happen. It is like anything else in life, but you have to hold tight to your why. Like, why are you doing this? You have to hold tight to, who cares if 10 people do not like the product if you change the life of one person? Y'all, that is so huge. So I'm going to flip to the next screen. So we're talking about, you know, disappointing people. And now we're going to talk about, and it's kind of along the same lines, like the fear of what others think. I truly believe that this fear stops so many people before they ever even get started. Like, oh my gosh, is someone going to think like this is an MLM and someone's going to message me? Like, I don't want to be an MLM. Or, you know, so many of us allow what other people think affect how we feel about ourselves. And the truth is, most people are thinking about themselves. Most people are inward focused, and they're not thinking about, you know, what Brandy Walker's doing or what Angie Zumwalt's doing. They're thinking about themselves. And so sometimes I think we put so much fear in, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to post on Facebook, or I'm going to go hang out with my coworkers, and I can't talk to them about Plexus. I mean, they see me post about Plexus on Facebook, so they have to know that I'm doing Plexus, but I don't want to talk to them about it because I don't want to make it awkward and think that I'm selling to people. Y'all, we owe it to our friends to share these life-changing products. If they choose not to accept it, it's okay. If they are truly your friend, they are not going to judge you, or they are not going to not want to talk to you because you talk about Plexus. I mean, to me, it's no different. I'm going to share about my favorite restaurant. I'm going to share about my favorite makeup or my favorite boutique. It's no different sharing Plexus. So don't have a fear of something that can change their lives. Like, I'm not ashamed to talk about Jesus, and I am definitely not ashamed to talk about Plexus either. And I don't care what anyone thinks, because what I know that it can change someone's life, and I am going to be unashamedly sharing what Plexus can do and how they can help. So let me see. And like I said, most people are too busy judging themselves. So what if you took an attitude? And, you know, that's the thing too, is, you know, a lot of times you think like people are judging me, or people say stuff to me. And sometimes I'm like, I'm going to give them a good show, and I'm going to show them how amazing these products are. And I am going to show them the life change. And y'all, that is why it is so important for you to be consistent with sharing on social media, for you to be consistent with the way that you are around people. Like, if you're going around and hanging out with the soccer moms and you're talking about how, you feel bad all the time, you don't have any energy or whatever. Like, we have to be a product of the product, and we have to be a picture of health and wellness. And I'm not saying that you have to be perfect, but all of those things like are going to be like prove to people that, I mean, you are Plexus and you are health and wellness. And I'm telling you, people watch your social media, even though they do not, they may not like or comment on something. People are watching you. People, like, I think that's, sometimes you think people are wanting you to fail. People are watching you, and the more that you are consistent, it is going to help build belief. Like, I have had so many people that are naysayers that have taken them. I mean, my brother, for example, I kept being persistent. I didn't let him judging me, him making fun of me, all of those things, because I knew that these products could change his life. And it took him, y'all, 5 years of me being consistent, of me ignoring his judgment, his rude comments, his whatever, because I believed those products. So you really got to build up your belief, and you got to ignore other people. We'll go to the next page. Okay, so, and I think I already said that, as a diamond, I allowed what other people thought hold me back from sharing with people locally. Y'all, it was not until last year that I got brave and I just decided, you know what, these products have completely changed my life, and I am selfish for not sharing them with other people. Some will, some won't. I think it's like Eric Worre is like, some will, some won't. So what? Next, move on to the next person, because we have something that can truly change people's lives. And I think I'm the next page. Oh, sorry. So there are 2 things that we can allow fear to do. One is either we can allow fear to enslave us and hold us back from what God has called us to be, or we can overcome our fears and become the person that God has called us to be. I was listening to another call today, and they were talking about it's a 1 John 4:18, and I love this. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. For fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not been perfected in love. So I want to ask you a question, and you can put in the comments, put a 1 in the comments if you love helping others. I want to put a 1 in the comment if you like to help others. Look at all these 1s going off in the comments. We have a lot of people on this call, and I'm sure that will be listening to this call, that love to help others. So I want to tell you that you need to take the focus off of yourself, because when you are looking at like, I am fearful of sharing with others, okay? And that fear is enslaving you. When you are fearful of sharing, you are being inward focused. So because you love to help people, I want you to cast those fears aside, and I want you to be outwardly focused. And your fear, take your focus off of yourself and your fears and place it on that friend, that family member, that coworker, or whomever it may be that has that need that Plexus can solve, that can be solved through our products or through our business. I want you to go out and be bold and unashamedly share the gift that God has given you through Plexus, and stop letting fear hold you back from what God wants to give you through this amazing business and incredible products. And like Brandy said, you know, if we would have stepped back, if I would have never stepped out in fear, and I'm telling you, when I started, there were so many obstacles in the way. First off, we didn't have all these amazing tools. Literally, we had like this little flip book. I wish I had it handy. It was like a tiny flip book of what to do. We didn't have all of these amazing trainings every week, or, I mean, you know, our products were pretty basic at the time, and no one really knew how to market on social media. And for me, I mean, literally half of my family made fun of me all of the time. My husband did not support Plexus or me doing Plexus, y'all, until I reached Emerald and we were about to take a trip to Hawaii. So if you have been rejected, I promise you, any type of rejection that you've had, I have probably been there. Brandy has probably been there. But it is that decision, it is that courage that, you know what? I believe in these products. I know that they can change people's lives. And I don't care who rejects me, who I am going to go out there and do what God has called me to do, and share the gift of Plexus. Because if I have 10 people tell me no and I can change one person's life, to me, y'all, it is completely worth it every single day. And if you need belief, borrow belief from someone else. If you need belief, go onto our team page and start reading testimonials. I mean, sometimes I am just in tears of the incredible life change that has happened through our business and through our products. I think I might have one more. I don't think I have any more.
Let me see. Nope, that's it. Does anybody have any questions or anything you want to share? Or just any questions for us? Or maybe a fear that you've learned how to push past? Nobody?
What about a fear that you're going to push past this month?
Mm-hmm.
Don't all speak at once. I will call somebody. I will call on someone. Jen Ford. What is something brave that you're going to do this month?
Uh-oh.
Here she goes. She's ready. Oh, unmute.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Okay.
There you go.
Reaching out to people that I think will reject me.
That's what
Okay.
you're doing. Yeah. Uh-oh. Happening.
And are you going to send me a list of those people?
All right.
Okay, Jen, I want you to send me a list of those people that you reach out to.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Those chickenless people, we all have them, y'all. I guarantee you, Angie and I still have some chickenless people. You're always going to have a list of people that
I still have people that I get so nauseous every time I send a message to, or I'm still like anxious, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they like my story.
Mm-hmm.
What if I should message them? No, I shouldn't message them. Like it never goes away. It never goes away. And then sometimes I message someone and I'm like, they completely ignored me. And I just keep going, because you know what? All you can do is ask.
Mm-hmm.
You can't look at it like being intimidating or gosh, now that, I mean, you know what? If a person doesn't respond to you, it's okay. You ask them. You got to think, like Jen, think specifically how these products have helped you. And if you could help one other person the way that they've helped you. So I'm excited to see your list. by
I always
Friday.
think back to, I was actually at Kay Nowachik's house whenever she talked to Jen, and she was like, Jen, I just want you to, I'm sending this home to Charlie, and I just want you to take it. Don't fight me. and the rest is history. And look at her now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that technique will always work for some people, but anyway, I thought it was great.
I think Andrea and Lacey, because they look so cute together, and I feel like they should have a lot of courage right now because it's like they're together and they could like hold each other's hands and share one thing that they're going to do out of their comfort zone this month.
She unmuted.
Well, my main thing would be posting.
Posting. And what's your name? Which one's you?
You'll hear that.
What's your name?
Andrea.
Andrea. Okay. What's your last name, Andrea? I'm going to be looking for your post.
Hudson.
Hudson.
Uh-oh.
She's writing it down.
Challenge accepted.
Yes, you can do this. I promise you. What's the worst thing that can happen?
What you got for us, Lacey? Is that Lacey, right?
I am getting ready to do my first live on Saturday, and I'm a little anxious about it, but I know I can do it. And I think I'm ready.
Yes, you can do it.
Where are you going to do a live at?
One on two of our pages, Gut Health and Happiness and Dream Big, I think. I've got two.
You can totally do that. Totally do it. You have to remember there are people on that page that, I mean, they're there because they want to be on that page. So to me, that's not as scary as doing it on your personal page. Those people, most of them have already swiped like this, and they want to hear what you have to say. So you can do it.
True, but it's still
Yes.
scary.
Ask Kay. She actually has a Facebook page that she might could add you to, and you can practice if you want going live. And there's just only I think it's just a couple of people on that page, or you can make your own and just practice. So you got it all. Yeah.
I might try that.
Anybody else?
And you just got to post.
Krista, I'm going to call on all these people. Don't y'all get off the call.
I'm going to be hopping off now.
I see everyone that's on the call right now. So if you get off, I'm going to message you.
I was just getting ready to hang up.
What's one thing you're going to do, Krista, this month?
I guess I need to talk to my coworkers.
Ooh, yeah, that's a
It'll
good
be
one.
really hard.
Yeah, you can do it.
I'll
They
just bring the
probably
pink
seen
drink
you.
in and start shaking it up and passing it out and be like, just try it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Because surely they've been seeing you drink it all this time.
Mhm.
Yep. Sometimes the people closest to us are the hardest to, to put
Mhm.
yourselves out there, because you're going to see them every day. But the worst thing is that can happen is that they won't try it. That's okay. It's not for everybody.
Social media is much easier to
Mhm.
post, like to message people. Because if they don't respond, I'm like, whatever. I don't really care.
Right.
Like, fine.
Yes.
Just be like, girl, I don't know how you're getting through the day without this. You need to try one. I mean, you're just very, and I've
Yeah.
had people before, and that's how sometimes, I always, if I'm going to a band competition, if I'm going to the soccer game, I just carry them all, and I purposely shake it up in front of them. Somebody got
Yeah,
off.
see, I use my Yetis who they can't really see. So I need to start bringing I'll just bring a case of water bottles and I'll bring a bag and I'll just start using it and be like, do you guys want some? I'll just do it that way.
Yeah, and it's just real nonchalant, girl, this is gonna make you feel good. You know, the active, the whatever, the pink drink.
Mhm.
I'll try it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, we've got time for one more. Actually, we're way over time, but if anybody else wants to share.
I think Sarah Byers could share. I don't see your face though.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I see your face, but
She might be gone already.
Ann Zobel. Hello? No?
I think
Sorry,
there,
I had to unmute.
oh, there you
Okay,
are.
there she is.
I'm here.
Hey.
What's
How's it
your question for me? I'm heading
What
up, getting
is
ready.
something
to
that
head
you're
up.
going to do scary this month?
Oh, something I'm going to do scary this month. Well, I got to tell you, for the Sip for a Cause yesterday, I reached out to 78 people yesterday.
Wow, that's awesome.
A lot of them were people on our team. I reached out to anyone and everyone. As a result, someone that I've known for a number of years who didn't even know that I was involved in Plexus, we plan to talk tomorrow, and she's interested. So I'm hoping that we can get her started tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and my goal every month is always to add 3. I think I had sent my goals to Randy earlier this month, after the goals call. But I don't know. My daughter's already re-ranked for the month, senior silver. So she had gone senior silver, I want to say 2 months ago. And so I'm just excited, staying focused, and
Very awesome.
yeah, love having you all on board to support us. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You're welcome. That's awesome.
I'm proud of you. That is awesome. 78
Yeah,
people.
that's really awesome.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, ladies. I think we are going to hop off. Thank you guys for hopping on tonight. And I'm just excited to see you guys pushing past those fears this month and this quarter. And just, make sure to message us anytime. If you get discouraged, don't just, try to do it yourself. Try to reach out to somebody, and it always helps, I promise. So love you guys. Hope you have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.